Hi
No,
everyone, please welcome Ayaan. He
hello,
is
hello.
my dear
No
senior.
welcomes. I'm just here as a Bitsian, so no welcomes. और एकदम informal रखना है, ठीक है? ये session please कोई भी हो कुछ नहीं, ठीक है? हाँ. And great to know all of you. मतलब मुझे थोड़े लोग तो पता है already. तो चलो, good to see you all.
Huh. So before we
हाँ,
start, I'll just introduce him briefly. So he is
ठीक
my close
ठीक है.
senior, a good product manager. He has helped
ठीक.
to get hundreds of student placed while he was serving
ठीक
as
है.
the coordinator of
हम्म.
VU, and he is currently working as an associate product manager at Vyapar. So there's a lot we all can learn from
Yes.
him. So would
Like
like to hear how
before
you
we
came up here.
start, yes, yes, yes. Like before we start, I would just like to clarify this. We are all a work in progress. Okay? I just would be uh, because I have 2 years more of living in this world. I might have some experience to share. So I will just try my best to put it out there. And I also look forward to this session in terms of hearing from your insights. So let's make it an interactive one. Okay. Sure. So, Arin, like, would you like me to start with what my journey has been like, so that is a okay. So, I will just go ahead with sharing how I prepared for product and what my profile looked like somewhat. Okay. So,
Uh,
but sir, firstly, is everyone comfortable with both Hindi and English? Works with
Yes.
everyone. Okay.
Yes, yes.
तो ओके, तो मतलब मैं इसे आई विल ट्राई टू कीप इट एज इन इंग्लिश एज पॉसिबल. तो राइट, माय जर्नी इन प्रोडक्ट, इट आई वुड से इट स्टार्टेड इन 4-2. ओके, इट्स अ वेरी लेट पीरियड व्हेन it to start into product. Okay, I am a dualite, and in the fourth year, second semester, I got my first proper internship. Okay, PS1 वो सब तो था ही, बट वो इतना कोई माइंड मतलब इतना कुछ मैटर नहीं करता था. 4-1 में it was my proper first internship as a founder's office intern into B2B SaaS company, Longshot AI, and that was through cold mailing. Okay, and it was very lucky कि I only reached out to one company, and I got its interview. I got that internship. It was a very lucky moment actually, and through that my journey into product started. Initially, I am coming from a marketing background. Okay, as such, my commitments on campus also weren't very good. Like FMAC, Filmmaking Club, and NSS BITS Pilani. So it's something which is not relevant to product at all. But what that startup and what that internship would have taught me is something at the intersection of marketing, design, product, because it was a founder's office role and it's just a member of 5 members. So that was actually very helpful. And in the 4-2, along with the semester, I had that remote internship, which I converted into PS in 5-1, and luckily placement unit happened, and it was actually something which really helped me gain those insights as well, what actually company looks out for. And I will just try my best I can share some of those insights with you all here. Apart from all of this, I try to document my journey through a YouTube channel, and right now I've been trying to stay consistent on LinkedIn as well. But that's pretty much it. Like nothing very special about it. I hope I feel relatable to all of you here. So,
yes,
अभी के लिए,
I
yes,
yes,
yes, please
and
go on,
so
Arina.
a lot of peeps here always come up to me
Hmm.
individually, and they are always worried कि यार ब्रांच नहीं है, यार CGPA नहीं है,
Hmm.
यार प्रोडक्ट में कैसे
Hmm.
घुसेंगे, इंटर्नशिप नहीं है, पीओआर नहीं है. So what
Hmm.
do you have to say to them? Like
हाँ.
uh, you have helped place so many students, so you know
Hmm.
that what kind of people get placed. So what are your views on that?
Okay. Hmm. Got it. Got it. ठीक है. So firstly, in the being just a clarification here, being a part of the placement unit is just a point of contact. Like between the company and the student. It's not something ki the company would share with us, which they won't be sharing with the students. But because we see many companies like that, it helps form an insight. Uh, According to me, what specifically in product, what companies look for is experience. Like there is no amount of certifications, there is no amount of uh, courses which could contribute to a good product profile. And experiences, by experiences, I do not mean internships, only like internships in reputed companies. I do not mean all of that. I mean, if you have some of your PORs or something which you have done on your side, like working on a project with a team, even in your club, if you would have contributed to something special and you would have contributed significantly, if you could express that in an interview, that's something which will help you stand out. But that's still getting that interview. There are some preliminary steps, in specifically for Vyapar, which was my placement interview. There was a deck preparation round. If you know, like a product deck, actually, I have something to share here. I'm just dropping a link in the chat. Just a second. Can everyone see that link? Uh, okay. So like this is a link which consists of a lot of product decks. Okay? A lot of product decks. I would say that in most likely in one or two companies you would be asked how you would present your ideas in a deck. Okay. In our case, the first company which asked for a deck was Flipkart. And at that time, I really didn't knew कि what a deck looks like. मैंने तो just एक PPT presentation जैसे normal Canva पे थोड़ा अच्छा सुंदर लगा के ऐसे आइकन्स लगा के मैंने बना दी थी. And it got rejected straight away. मुझे पक्का यकीन है कि उन्होंने खोले बिगैर ही reject कर दिया होगा. And I came across a LinkedIn post of a person who had also applied for Flipkart and उन्होंने बस एक अपना deck share किया हुआ था. After that, I gained a template कि अच्छा decks ऐसे लगते हैं. तो uh, उसके बाद like in for व्यापार I could make a better deck. I would suggest कि you go through these reference decks जो इसमें है. It will help you form an idea perspective जो क्या companies look out for, and this is helpful before you get into that interview. Okay. And अभी for companies specifically जो shortlisting criteria होता है in product, if CGPA you are concerned about, I don't think so it's a very hard factor, because most of the PM companies would be having eligibility criteria at all branches, no CGPA criteria. ठीक है, तो there is not much to worry about there. But what I would suggest is कि companies को एक जनरल आइडिया देने के लिए सीजीपीए इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. इफ यू अप्लाई ऑन लिंक्डइन एज वेल टू एनी ऑफ कैंपस अपॉर्चुनिटी, दे विल हैव सम फील्ड्स की input your college, input your CGPA, input your 10 या कुछ भी marks वार्क्स. हाँ, if you have any certification, specify that. तो what that LinkedIn job portal also does is कि it stores all of that data into LMS या फिर CRM या फिर एक एक्सेल शीट में, एक टू मेक इट मोर सिंपलर. एंड वो फील्ड्स में जो जो चीजें होती है ना, इट इज टू जस्ट फॉर कंपनीज क्विक रेफरेंस. उनको रेज्यूमे खोलना ना पड़े और वो शीट को देख के उनको एक आइडिया लग जाए, ऐसा. ठीक है, तो दैट्स वाई ये शॉर्टलिस्टिंग वाली चीजें एग्जिस्ट करती है. गॉट इट.
Uh, yes,
हाँ.
Ayan, I think those were some great insights. Right now, the
हाँ.
cohort that is
हम्म.
primarily in, they are mostly in their
हम्म.
third and fourth year. Some of them are in second as well, but let us focus on
हम्म.
it. So right now,
हम्म.
they want to maximize the chances of them being able to sit for and crack the product internships and placements. So let's just keep them separate as to what is the best path forward you would recommend. That आपने तो बोला that you started in 4-2, but they already have 1 year head start,
हम्म.
so they are in much better
Yeah.
position.
Yes,
So
yes,
what should
definitely,
they do now?
definitely. So, like my idea is कि firstly, the first step which you should immediately do is prepare your resume. ठीक है, like whatever it is, you have to fill one page of your life right now. ठीक है, मतलब जो भी तुमने किया है, it should be in a good structured format. फॉर द रेज्यूमे एक्चुअली मैं एक रिसोर्स है मेरे पास जो मैं लिंक शेयर करता हूँ इसके इस यही मीट में. बट जस्ट टू एम्फसाइज, your resume would be you would be using it everywhere. ठीक है, if you haven't yet prepared it in the good मतलब ठीक decent format, उसको formatting या फिर जो भी करना है वो करो. और that would be the first step. ठीक है, second step would be just to reach out. ठीक है, जो भी तुम्हें लिंक्डइन पे कुछ भी, अगर लाइक इफ यू जस्ट फॉर वन वीक यू वुड सर्च प्रोडक्ट इंटर्नशिप्स, प्रोडक्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी, after a week your LinkedIn will become a job portal. मतलब you will, the algorithm will automatically adjust कि ये बंदे को प्रोडक्ट की इंटर्नशिप ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट करती है, तो any company which even minutely post for a product thing, it will be shown to you. ठीक है, each and every post that you see, if it has an application link, it would apply there, but also cold mail there. ठीक है, the thing which worked for me was cold emailing. वो जो लॉन्ग शॉट का था, उनका भी गूगल फॉर्म था, मतलब जो मुझे जो इंटर्नशिप मिली थी उनका भी गूगल फॉर्म था जिसको बस भर के मैंने भी अप्लाई कर दिया था. बट मेरा एक दोस्त ने मुझे बोला था कि मेल भी कर ले. हाँ, तो वो मेल एक्चुअली it helps show the owner, like the employer, ki how serious you are with your application, right? Ki if you are going that doing that extra step to reach out to them by mail, if you are following up on that mail, it actually shows कि you are really serious about it. Or you, if you have a good profile, if you have that resume which I'm talking about, if you have it in well formatted structure, it will definitely help you stand out. तो बस तुम्हें एक internship चाहिए. एंड वो जरूरी भी नहीं है प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट में हो. ठीक है, लाइक इफ यू हैव अ स्टार्टअप जो फाउंडर्स ऑफिस या फिर जो भी जनरलिस्ट रोल में हो, दैट विल बी योर गेटवे टू एंटर इनटू दैट स्पेस. और फिर वो स्टार्टअप में जाके तुम चार लोगों से मिलोगे, वो चार लोगों के दूसरे कनेक्ट्स होगे, वो कहीं ना कहीं से फिर वो हो जाता है. बट आई वुड सजेस्ट कि अगर राइट नाउ यू आर इन योर थर्ड ईयर, तो you have if you are a single degree student you have 1 year. If you have a dual degree student you have 4 semesters. ठीक है, it is very much feasible to do 2 or 3 internships here. ठीक है, including your PS2 I would say. ठीक है, एक मिनट शुभम, मैं तुम्हारे क्वेश्चन पे आता हूँ. व्हाट्स तुम्हें कुछ था?
So you mentioned cold mailing. I just wanted to ask, who should we target in those mails? Recruiters या फिर senior
या
PMs या founders?
so the thing is mostly the ones who have posted about it. ठीक है, they would be a good POC to reach out to. Like if you see on LinkedIn कि किसी ने पोस्ट किया है, हाँ, तो you can definitely reach out to them. Okay, if it's a startup, reaching out to the founder makes even more sense. ठीक है, लिंक्डइन पे तुम्हें वो दिखता होगा कि मतलब ये कितने मेंबर्स की कंपनी है. if it's 11 to 50 members, definitely reach out to all the founders. ठीक है, like founders means I mean co-founders as well. और अगर वो पोस्ट किसी टैलेंट एक्विजिशन या एचआर ने डाली है तो उनको भी रीच आउट करना ही है. गेटिंग दोज मेल्स, उनके ईमेल आईडी कैसे मिलने हैं? देर आर सॉफ्टवेयर लाइक अपोलो, कॉन्टैक्ट आउट, apollo.io, वो सब दोज आर सॉफ्टवेयर. मैं एक बार ऐसा हो तो वो भी मैं चैट में लिख देता हूँ. ठीक है, एक सेकंड बस देना. एंड उनके थ्रू मतलब लाइक यू वुड बी हैविंग अ गुड हेड स्टार्ट. यू वुड बी एबल टू डिफरेंशिएट योरसेल्फ. दैट्स द मेन आइडिया from the rest of the pack, because this is one internship you needed and that will be your gateway, just that. ठीक है, मैं एक है ना मतलब जस्ट एक मुझे कुछ ऐसा नहीं करना कि पब्लिसाइज कर रहा हूँ, बट वॉट एवर आई एम स्पीकिंग हियर, इसको इस आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन इन अ मोर स्ट्रक्चर्ड एंड फॉलोएबल फॉर्मेट इन दिस वीडियो, तो यू कैन चेक दैट आउट. और मैं वो क्या बोलते हैं, हाँ, कॉन्टैक्ट फाइंडिंग टूल्स इधर डाल रहा हूँ.
Yeah, and Ayan might not want to publicize his channel, but I do. So all of you guys just go check
हम्म.
out his YouTube channel after this meeting. He makes some amazing content. Also, the
नहीं
Apollo
बट
thing,
हाँ थैंक यू.
there are a lot of extensions that you can use that will
हम्म.
fetch your email ID from your LinkedIn. So I really recommend you using that. Those can be shared on the group as well. I'll be linking them down. So fetch it.
Yes.
When you send email now, it shows the recruiter that you are willing to go the extra mile. Hundreds of people are
हम्म.
applying, but how many of them will personally mail it and personally show a follow up? Like the numbers start improving
हम्म.
drastically. It's a game of numbers, and to optimize that, you have to look in the funnel. Uh, you will also learn this in product management that there are funnels, and when the users are dropping, you have to constantly ask them to stay and keep following up. So,
हम्म.
Vats, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, I just have one more question, Ayan.
Yes.
Specifically for off-campus applications. On campus, so mostly
हम्म.
we use Superset the resume only. For off-campus
हम्म.
applications, do you think the template of the resume matters?
Yeah, that actually I feel it matters. I feel it matters. I have something to share there as well. I will just share my overleaf template. ठीक है. You can just modify that. ठीक है. And उसमें like overleaf is a latex formatting tool. If you aren't aware of that, उसमें like it's more ATS score friendly. ATS is just uh, ATS score is just what company uses to filter those resumes. Yeah. It's
Ayan,
or app. Mm-hmm.
so sorry for interrupting, but for our
Mm-hmm.
mentees and for our viewers who might not know, let's just glance over like what ATS is, what overleaf and latex are, so
Yes,
that
yes,
they
yes.
have a better idea and they can use
मैं
it. If you
एक्चुअली
would briefly
अपनी
explain.
स्क्रीन शेयर ही कर देता हूँ. मैं अभी वही कर रहा था. एक सेकेंड.
Perfect, perfect.
मेरी स्क्रीन दिख रही है आपको?
Yes.
दिख रही है ना? ओके. तो ये मैं एक्चुअली अभी जस्ट इधर था. विल जस्ट ये मैं एटीएस की लिंक मेरा ओवरलीफ टेम्पलेट बता रहा था इधर बस. आई विल जस्ट शेयर दिस आफ्टर दिस मीट विद अरीन और वो ग्रुप पे डाल देगा. ठीक है. सो दिस इज व्हाट एन एटी लेटेक्स एटीएस फ्रेंडली ओवरलीफ टेम्पलेट लुक्स लाइक. ठीक है. दिस इज द ऑफ कैंपस रेज्यूमे विच इज प्रिफर्ड. ठीक है. अब व्हेन यू आर अप्लाइंग टू स्टार्टअप्स इट डजंट एक्चुअली require you to make a completely different resume on overleaf, I would suggest. क्योंकि वो लोग they don't filter resumes based on ETS. वो they have the bandwidth to go to each and every application because application ही 50 100 आते होंगे. इतने ज्यादा नहीं होते तो उसमें तुम्हारा कैंपस वाला रेज्यूमे भी चलेगा. दिस इज समथिंग विच अगर यू आर अप्लाइंग टू अ कंपनी लाइक अडोबी या फिर गूगल तो ऑफ कैंपस दिट्स माइट बी हेल्पफुल. ठीक है. And the ATS thing which I was talking about, take second. ATS is basically applicant tracking system. ATS meaning applicant tracking system. जो it is just a way to filter out companies, filter out your resume based on an ATS score. अब मैं एक बार ATS score भी चेक करता हूँ. ठीक है. This is the resume. तो अभी like I just uploaded my resume here. उसमें they will check their ATS score. ATS score से if it is a decent enough ATS score तो if it's let's say 90 के ऊपर है तो the companies will just shortlist कि 90 के ऊपर किसका ATS का score है. तो those are shortlisted. ऐसा. ये basically ऊपर ऊपर से ATS का मतलब है. like इसमें कुछ पूछना है किसी को? मैं आई होप मैं ज्यादा ब्लैबर नहीं कर रहा हूँ. मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं
मेरे
बहुत
को
ऐसे
वही
बोलते
चीज
जा रहा हूँ.
पूछनी थी
हाँ हाँ.
अयान कि
हम्म.
जैसे ऑन कैंपस तो वी कैन जस्ट अप्लाई सुपर सेट फॉर्मेट में सुपर सेट के थ्रू जस्ट
नहीं
हैव टू
नहीं
लिंक
नहीं
इट.
नहीं 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 नहीं. सुपर सेट ऑन कैंपस प्रोसेसेस के लिए सुपर सेट वाला ही फॉर्मेट यूज होगा.
नहीं पर उसमें फॉर्मेटिंग सुपर सेट में ही करनी पड़ेगी एंड वी हैव टू लिंक
हाँ
इट
हाँ हाँ.
कि पीडीएफ अपलोड कर सकते हैं डाउनलोड करके
नहीं.
एडिट करके.
लाइक यू कैन नॉट डू दैट. वो जो ऑन कैंपस होता है वो यू विल बी वही मतलब यू विल बी रेफरिंग टू योर सुपर सेट फॉर्मेट ही जो उधर से एक्सेस करते हो. एक सेकंड. मैंने
ठीक
मेरा
है.
पासवर्ड चेंज कर दिया क्या? अब मुझे मेरा पासवर्ड याद नहीं है तो सॉरी. बट मेरे पास है अपना सुपरसेट फॉर्मेट रिज्यूमे भी, तो वो
Hmm.
भी मैं बताता हूँ. बट ऑन कैंपस में यू कैन नॉट एक्चुअली edit it offline and then upload it, because वही होता है ना थोड़ा, if you would have been aware of cases like वो CGPA tamper कर देते हैं लोग ऐसे सब, तो it's not actually allowed कि you uh, edit it offline and then upload it. In Superset, your CGPAs and everything, it's automatically added. You cannot edit it. It's added by AUGSD, so that's why.
Uh, yeah,
Okay, got it.
and also like ATS, it is very important because आप है ना filter हो जाओगे,
Mm-hmm.
like thousands of people who are applying. There's a score that
Hmm.
each resume will assign. So you will be surprised to know that अपन देखते हैं कि product में and LinkedIn पे 1,000 applicants, 2,000 applicants. Then it might feel overwhelming that how am I supposed to compete with all these people? But you must
Hmm.
understand that no, most of them are not exactly competing on the same level as you. By just a few small tweaks, you can definitely place yourself much higher than the rest. And
Yeah.
optimizing ATS is one of the best ways that you can actually optimize for your preference in that.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Definitely. Definitely. Hmm.
summarizing, Ayan, just covering a few key points. Like right now, first,
Mm-hmm.
you all have a lot of time at your hands, and you should use it judiciously. The best uses would be
Hmm.
first to find an intern, and for that you have to make resumes, and product decks would also help. So take the help of the resource shared by him. The next click one, model your resume and the product teardowns or decks that you make according to them. Upload it, make a good resume, get shortlisted, and
Hmm.
start with an intern. Once you have an intern, the journey will become a lot smoother, as is with
Yeah.
my own experience. Like once I went into the Neo, people actually started reaching out to me. Companies were reaching out that we have this position open. Would you like to join? So it's just you have to
Hmm.
prove yourself once. And right now you are at the stage where it does not even matter if you fail 10 times. You just have to keep on trying and play the long game.
Definitely. Definitely. मतलब very well summarized. So the action steps, I would just add one more thing. Key when you are cold mailing, the more important part is follow-ups. Okay. एक बार मेल करने के बाद you cannot expect someone to reply unless you follow up. And for following up, there are many tools which automate it. Okay, automating follow-ups. So one free tool which I would recommend is Streak, which मैं उसकी भी एक लिंक डालता हूँ इधर. इसको you can check out. It's a free Google extension that would help you send up at least like up to 50 emails per day with follow-ups, with 5 follow-ups. Okay, like this you can check out. And there are more tools like this. So keep in mind, following up is where all the money is. Okay, that's where people will reply. And उसमें भी you will see कि आधे लोग अगर follow up नहीं करते तो they are automatically out of the picture. And you, because you want to stand out, it is important. So ये है.
Yes. And a lot
What
of
should
these
be
free
the
tools like
frequency? What should be the frequency to follow up, Ayan? Like, in what period we must follow up? Because sometimes you may sound too desperate, or like it would also annoy the person you are mailing to.
I think 2 to 3 days is a good number in my opinion. Uh, because like right now, I would say 3 days should be good. Take 3 days as a good period for you. And like it's not that key following up is wrong or following up is disrespectful. It's just a form of asking whether if you would have missed my email, I am here again. And if you don't feel I'm the right candidate, please do inform me. I will appreciate that. So that's what following up for. I would say like you can take up as a respectful number as 3 days, or that's you can. I will definitely suggest कि manually करने मत बैठना. Uh, Please do use a tool for that. So that should be very helpful. Okay, but I think Shubham, like Sumit, like, is that clear?
Yes, yes, makes sense.
Okay, Shubham, like for your question, as you were in PO, one thing I wanted to ask, formatting in Super is very difficult. Can we apply? So see, it's a thing which is difficult for everyone, right? It's not thing कि शुभम के लिए डिफिकल्ट है वो. हाँ. एंड वो अगर सबके लिए यूनिफॉर्म है तो इट डजंट मेक डिफरेंस. ठीक है. अगर दोज थिंग्स विच आर नॉट इन आवर हैंड्स वी कैन नॉट चेंज, सो इट्स जस्ट बेटर टू एक्सेप्ट दैट. एंड इसमें एज यूर इन पीयू या ना इन पीयू, इट्स नॉट इन आर कंट्रोल एज वेल, इन द स्टूडेंट बॉडी कंट्रोल. इट्स समथिंग जो 2016 से चल रहा है. अब किसी ने तब डिसाइड किया होगा तो चल रहा है. ठीक है, अगर कुछ चेंज होना होगा तो वो हो जाएगा. बट अभी के लिए आई वुड से कि गुड रेज्यूमेज आर पॉसिबल इन सुपरसेट. ऐसा नहीं है कि सुपरसेट के रेज्यूमे बहुत खराब लगते हैं. ठीक है, उसमें भी काफी अच्छे लगते हैं. तो जस्ट अडेप्ट योरसेल्फ टू दैट.
Adding to that, a few good templates would be the 180 DC wala as well, the one with the BITS logo on it. And that also looks pretty nice. So I think it'll be shared, or I can share it with you as well. I'll just create a Drive link or a Dropbox folder where I'll be putting all these resources and share it for our entire group so that everyone does not have to like constantly search again and again regarding that. So now that we know that what are the immediate steps to take, do you have something on the interview preparation side? Like how can we optimize ourselves so that we know what to say, when to say during the product
Yeah,
interview?
yeah, like yes, yes, I will go on that. Before that, just mentioning ki what I have just shared on in the chat, it's just a Google Doc version of your resume, superset resume, ki for those who wanted to edit it offline. And you could see ki it's decent looking. ठीक है, it's not something which looks bad, right? I hope you can open that, right? So once again, अगर है ना ऐसा, actually this is helpful in scenarios where you have to print your resume. ठीक है. And printing your resume में ना कभी कभी when you export from as a PDF from Superset तो उसमें थोड़ी सी चीजें मिसअलाइन हो जाती है. तो what you can do is कि ये जो Google Doc है उसमें you can edit and then print your resume, और इसको you can also utilize for your off campus applications. ठीक है. So just make a copy of it and you can go about it. I would go on to my interview part, but before that, just अरीन एक दूसरी मीटिंग बना लेनी चाहिए क्या?
Yes, yes, I'll create
तो
that. I'll share that.
ठीक है. हाँ हाँ, सो मतलब when there is 1 minute remaining हम उसमें आ जाएंगे. ठीक
Yeah,
है.
yeah, yeah.
तो इंटरव्यू प्रेप. ठीक है. फर्स्टली आई विल टेल अबाउट माय व्यापार प्रोडक्ट इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस. ठीक है. तो लकीली I would say कि it didn't feel like an interview. The like the interviewer, he was also a BITS Pilani senior, and it felt like a coffee table conversation. ठीक है. And after the interview, what I have taken away is an interview should be taken like a coffee table conversation. ठीक है. मतलब मुझे किसी ने एक लाइन बोली थी कि इंटरव्यू तुम्हें खा नहीं जाएगा. ठीक है. तो जस्ट एक रिस्पेक्टफुल मैनर में बी योरसेल्फ, बी काम. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि तुम टेंशन लेके जाओ उसमें. ठीक है. बिकॉज वर्स्ट केस क्या होगा कि ये इधर कुछ नहीं होगा तो नेक्स्ट कंपनी में होगा. ठीक है. यू जस्ट हैव टू बी योर बेस्ट एंड शो योर बेस्ट. यू कांट डू एनीथिंग मोर देन दैट. So that's just a mental perspective to go ahead with. And what my interview was like ki hi, hello, everything. The interviewer introduced themselves, or फिर I introduced myself. ठीक है. Now introducing yourself is where I would say 90% of your interview decision would be taken. ठीक है. uh, if you introduce yourself in a good manner, there are good chances कि you would be evaluated further. But if you mess up in introduction, there is a lot of ambiguity if you could go ahead or in the evaluation as well, because here first impression is a lot, is very very important, because you have only 60 minutes, mostly half an hour to just show what you have done in all the past 3 to 4 years, right? So that introduction is very 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 helpful, or because ये जो फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन वाला पार्ट है, you have to create three versions of your introduction, ठीक है? One is a 30-second introduction, one is a 1 minute introduction, and one is a 2 or 3 minute introduction. uh, for introductions, ठीक है? First and foremost, like I would want you to write this down, ठीक है? Just smile, okay? Just smile, ठीक है? I can't really emphasize on this कि how much just simply smiling can help create a good first impression, ठीक है? Because I think you can also imagine, right? If someone is going with this key nervous attitude, बहुत serious है, it automatically shows a lack of confidence. It automatically shows a lack of not welcoming nature. Just smile. This is very simple, but not like it makes all the difference. ठीक है? Now coming to the introduction, uh, इसमें है ना, more than what you speak, how you speak is more important. ठीक है? How you speak may, like, are you able to engage the interviewer? Are you able to express yourself in a way कि it catches his attention? ठीक है? ऐसे भी बहुत इंटरव्यूज आपने सुने होंगे कि like मैं I am doing this, I completed my graduation here, मैंने स्कूल में ये किया, मैं कॉलेज में, मेरी हॉबीज फुटबॉल है। तो वो भी एक होता है, बट योर एम इज टू टेल अ स्टोरी, ठीक है? योर स्टोरी, एंड दैट स्टोरी वुड बी योर रेज्यूमे समराइज्ड इन 31 or 2 minutes. Okay, now what I would what my I would just try and play a mock introduction here, ठीक है? I might not be very perfect here, but just to give you an idea, ठीक है? So yeah. So hi Sumit. Just to introduce myself, I am a fourth year student at BITS Pilani Campus, pursuing an MSc in Biological Sciences and Manufacturing Engineering. My entrepreneurial journey actually started in my second year, where I started with a venture Oxon, where those problem of solving sustainability gauged me into product. And after having a sense of product through that experience, I have gained some experiences through internships at Longshot AI, Intro AI, and right now I'm continuously exploring this field. Apart from my experience in terms of internships, I serve as the branding and new initiatives lead at the placement unit, and I'm very passionate about filmmaking as well. I also try to document my life as a YouTube channel through a YouTube channel, and I love playing sports. I have been a part of the football team at BITS Pilani. Really looking forward to this interview, and I hope we can have a good discussion going forward. Oh, yeah, this is not perfect at all. I could sense a lot of mistakes here. I could sense कि मैं बस ऊपर ऊपर से बोल दिया. But again, the point here is to form a story. मैंने अपने इंटरव्यू में ऐसे स्टार्ट किया था कि my introduction to product happened in my second year because it was a product interview. मैं उसको introduction को ऐसे टेलर किया था कि my introduction product started in my second year, where I, with my friend, we started on a venture Oxon, which was a tech-based sustainability venture, and that introduced me to what actually happens in the world of product at the intersection of marketing, design, and tech. I moved on to contribute as the product marketer at Fox, where I designed wireframes and helped the company scale from the 0 to 100 first customers. ऐसे करके, मतलब just to give you an idea, ठीक है? Using all those keywords which you see in the job description in your resume to form a story, ठीक है? This is how you tailor the resume, tailor your introduction, and grab that attention, ठीक है? ये जो voice modulation है ना, that is also very important कि मतलब तुम कोई कोई स्पेसेस पे बहुत ज्यादा एम्फोसाइज कर रहे हो, कुछ धीरे बोलोगे, बट दैट्स ऑल टू मेक एन lay important on what is important, ठीक है? तो
Exactly. And
yes.
I think
Hmm.
ChatGPT would be immensely helpful there. You can just program it that I
Hmm.
will upload the GD and you optimize my resume according to the JD. So for each uh, job new role, you won't have to again and again edit your resume manually. You can just take immense help from AI itself, like ChatGPT, Gemini, or whatever pro model you have.
Hmm.
That would be awesome. Now it's already 9:06. Let us open this
Yeah.
floor and make it much more casual and interactive. Like all of you are free to
Hmm.
turn on your phone and just ask any question which comes to your mind. It can be
Hmm.
personal, professional, as to how is your life at
Hmm.
व्यापार अभी तक क्या सीखा कुछ भी पूछ सकते हो. Please feel free to interact with him.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
one thing you told us about this introduction part, तो 2 or 3 minutes में हम लोग और क्या क्या बोलेंगे, क्या वो भी आप एक बार बता सकते हो?
तो द थिंग इज, क्या क्या बोलेंगे नहीं, बट किस चीज को कितना ज्यादा बोलना है वो डिफर होगा। तो थर्टी
अच्छा।
मिनट्स में 30 सेकेंड में, सॉरी, मेरे पास मेरे रेज्यूमे में 4 इंटर्नशिप्स मेंशन्ड है, ठीक है। 30 सेकेंड्स अगर है मेरे पास, तो मैं सिर्फ मेरा जो लेटेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस रहा था मैं सिर्फ उसी को बोल दूंगा। जो जो हाइलाइट्स है मेरी, मैं सिर्फ उसको बोल दूंगा कि माई आई रिसेंटली सर्व्ड एज अ प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर एट लॉन्ग शॉट, एंड आई सर्व एज द प्लेसमेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर एट बिट्स पिलानी, और आई रन यूट्यूब चैनल। मुझे पता है कि मेरे मेरे प्रोफाइल में क्या क्या स्पाइक्स है, ठीक है। मुझे लगता है कि जो चीजें अटेंशन गेन करने वाली है वो, एक है प्लेसमेंट यूनिट, एक है यूट्यूब। हाँ, आई वुड स्ट्रेस ऑन दैट कि ये तो उनको पता लगना ही चाहिए। हाँ, और अगर फिर मेरे पास 1 मिनट है तो मैं थोड़ा सा मेरे दूसरे वर्क एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बात करूंगा। मैं मेरा फिल्म मेकिंग क्लब में कंट्रीब्यूशन भी बताऊंगा। अगर मेरे पास 3 मिनट है, मैं थोड़ा सा और एम्फसाइज करूंगा, हर एक एक्सपीरियंस को डिटेल में थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करूंगा कि मैंने फोक्स में वायर फ्रेमिंग करी थी, मैंने उनकी जीटीएम स्ट्रैटेजी मैंने बनाई थी। लॉन्ग शॉट में एसईओ ऑप्टिमाइज किया था, उनकी पूरी वेबसाइट मैंने डिजाइन करी थी। फिर प्लेसमेंट यूनिट में हम 800 बच्चे से ज्यादा लॉजिस्टिक्स मेंटेन करते हैं। फिल्म मेकिंग क्लब में मैंने आफ्टर मूवीज एडिट करी थी, वो सब। तो इट्स जस्ट अ वेरिंग डिग्री ऑफ हाउ मच यू ले इम्पोर्टेंस ऑन, ठीक है। एंड एक चीज ये है कि नो योर स्पाइक्स, ठीक है। शुभम, लाइक इन योर रेज्यूमे यू वुड बी नोइंग कि क्या क्या, इफ नॉट ग्रैब द अटेंशन, क्या क्या इज योर हाईलाइट, ठीक है। तो यू हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट टाइम।
Yeah, got it.
Ayan, I have a very personal question. Like, were you from the very starting? Were you passionate about product, or it was like something that worked out
नो नो,
accidentally, and then you
आई
went product?
आई एज आई मेंशन एट द स्टार्ट कि मैं 4-2 में मेरी प्रोडक्ट का इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ था। 4-2 के पहले मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि मतलब कि प्रोडक्ट मैनेज, मैं तो 3-2 में मैंने गीक्स फॉर गीक्स का कोर्स लिया हुआ था, सी सी प्लस प्लस सीखने के लिए, क्योंकि हमारा SI सीजन 4-1 में स्टार्ट होने वाला था ऐसा। बट मतलब उससे मुझे बस ये लगा कि कोडिंग मेरे लिए नहीं है। हाँ, SI सीजन में कुछ हुआ नहीं। हाँ, तो वो फेज बहुत थोड़ा ऐसा था कि मतलब क्या होगा। 4-1 के एंड में ये इंटर्नशिप के लिए अप्लाई किया था मैंने, एंड देन एवरीथिंग जस्ट प्लेड आउट। और इन माय रेज्यूमे एज वेल, अगर इफ यू सी 4 इंटर्नशिप्स, आई वुड जस्ट से कि उसमें एक ही है काम की। मैंने जो वो 3 इंटर्नशिप्स है उसको मैंने ऐसा बताया है कि आई गेन्ड अ लॉट फ्रॉम देयर, ठीक है। बट मैं इंटरव्यू में जस्टिफाई क्यों कर पाता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरी जो एक इंटर्नशिप थी उसमें मैंने बहुत कुछ पता लग गया मुझे, और फिर मैं खुद का पढ़ के गया था। एंड as I said, what you say isn't important. How you say it is important. मैं एक चीज क्रेडिट करता हूँ in my interview कि I was able to communicate well, ठीक है। that may be because of my commitments on campus की, मतलब फिल्म मेकिंग क्लब या फिर NSS या फिर यूट्यूब पे थोड़ा बोल के I can maybe communicate well. So that was my strong point. And playing on your strengths and hiding your weaknesses or minimizing your weaknesses is something which we all will have to do all through our life. So that's what we do in the interview as well, ठीक है। तो फोर एज आई एम सेइंग कि 4-2 तक मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था। ग्रोथ मार्केटिंग इंटर्न थी मेरी, उसमें प्रोडक्ट का बहुत कुछ नहीं था, बट पता चल गया था मुझे क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता।
Ayan, if you don't mind, I have one question. If
Mm-hmm.
you could just take that up, it's about my
अरे
particular
प्लीज
situation,
इतना
right? So,
फॉर्मल मत हो यार
अच्छा ठीक है.
हाँ
तो
ठीक
बेसिकली मेरे प्लेसमेंट्स शुरू होने वाले हैं about 3-4 days time, ठीक है. तो you know how it is for ET and
ओके
IT. You have day
यस
0, day 1. You have lots of companies
यस
coming in.
यस
Now,
यस
I will be on campus in my 4-1 because I have courses to do. So,
Mm-hmm.
how would you recommend somebody who is, in their fourth year, who has courses to do, how would they foray into PM, especially because I might not be able to have that kind of a thing where I am doing an internship because I will have to
Mm-hmm.
be due to my courses. I was trying to work
Yes.
out an arrangement where I could do that remotely, but that is not possible for me, it seems. So, in PM,
Okay.
like, do you think that there are enough opportunities as like a remote
Mm.
candidate where it's something like that is
Mm.
possible? Number one, and number two, like, how would that kind of fit along with my PS2 and everything? Like, in your experience, could be very vague. I mean, मेरा question
Yeah,
बहुत vague.
yeah. Like what I would say is product internships might if you are thinking ki product internships having it remote would be difficult. It's not actually required you get a product titled internship. Okay, if you are working in a startup, if it's a let's say founder's office role, it's a growth marketing role, you will definitely learn a lot about the product as well. Uh, I would just say ki don't leave that semester empty. Okay, don't leave that semester empty. Just gain some experience because as I said in the start of the interview, what product interviews look out for is experience, and it doesn't require to be in product or any other field. Okay, it could be actually in poker as well. Okay, even if in poker you have organized a very big event or something of that sort, not very big but a group session, how you conducted that, what were the challenges, you could explain that. Okay, एक second, I think थोड़ा सा background noise है on your side से, but all better ठीक है. एक सेकंड में सुप्रांश, like is that helpful? I would say कि remote internship you will definitely find कि it would be a bit harder, but there are full time opportunities which are being conducted remotely right now. So internships you will find, it's just a matter of time and more applications, I would say.
And
Yeah.
I just have a very small follow-up for that, very small. How would you
Please
actually,
हाँ.
because we are talking about startups, है ना? So how
Yes.
would you actually kind of filter, startups that you think that are,
Hmm.
worth joining versus startups that might
Hmm.
not give you real meaningful experience?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might give you some grunt work, they might give you work that doesn't make you evolve and all
Hmm.
that stuff.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm. Hmm.
how do you scope out for those things?
Yeah, like I have an opinion on that. It's bit of a gamble. It's bit of a gamble. Okay, like you will definitely know the real picture only after joining. Okay, but before that, what you can do is maybe look at the company's social media handles, their website. Their website is actually a very significant factor. Like how well have they designed it? How well they have maintained it? It speaks a lot about the company. And on LinkedIn as well, if you could see the profiles of the people working there, if maybe you could connect with them and ask about what they are working for or something. If it's a big startup, it is more likely to have a good work experience, maybe because those people know you already. Uh, One also factor is how your interviews go. Like, how do you feel that vibe in your interviews? Okay, do you gel up with the people there? And you can clarify about that role over there. What you would be exactly expected to do. Because if you get into something which you don't like, it's a loss of both parties, right? And they also don't want to invest time and energy into someone who doesn't end up working there in the long run, right? And in internships, you have full flexibility to, if you don't like it, leave it. There is no such of a notice period or something of that sort. So nobody would want to waste their time on interns who doesn't like their work. So clarify your role in the interview. It will definitely help. But before you apply, I think these metrics, like how that website looks, their LinkedIn profile, the people over there, that would help the founders, especially what's their background like. It is helpful to know.
Yeah,
I hope
I
that
think
helps
that
you.
is very well put. And of course, there are remote jobs and even internships because I'm even currently I'm
Hmm.
doing a remote job based out of US.
Hmm.
So a lot of
Hmm.
opportunities and uh, plus you just try to keep doing things. Like if you don't like one intern, you can
Hmm.
definitely switch. For jobs, it will give a bad impression if you switch job every 1 year and in 5 years if you have five
Hmm.
jobs, it will be a red flag. But for internships, the more the merrier. They'll see that okay, this guy has explored this area and now he has chosen this. So it's actually a good
Yeah.
suggestion. And we'll also come to
Yes.
that the dilemma between going into the core or going into electronics or going into product towards the end.
Hmm.
Let's take the Kunal's questions now. Like he's asking, which are the things in resume which make us stand out when we first reach out for interns or jobs, or which are hard and soft skills? So
Got it. Firstly, for the resume part, I am again dropping. Like, I hope someone copy paste the resources from the previous chat.
yes, I had
Like,
copied all the resources and shared it on the group that we all have.
okay, chalo, that's great to know. I would really appreciate if this could also be shared. So this is actually the career handbook of BITS Pilani, what I have shared. For the resume part, right? Like, I would speak out as well, but in a more documented format. You will find some insights here.
this is what I'm talking about. Okay, building your professional profile, all types of format, the general rules, and sample resumes. These are sample resumes of those superset profiles itself. It's all linked here. Okay, you can check it out in that link, and also tips for interview preparation. So that would be helpful. Okay, एक second ना, मुझे Zoom पे वापस आना है. ठीक है. Okay, so that's career handbook, and I will just read out the question once again, which make you stand out when you first reach out for a job or intern, when there are any hard skills or software which you make a good fit. So right now, the first thing that helps you stand out is actually formatting. Okay, you can actually see how much a person is wanting that particular role by how they present their resume. And see, no one has the time to read your resume line by line. ठीक है, किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि तुमने अगर बहुत कुछ forward भी किया बट तुमने उसको ऐसा लिखा है कि I did a project here, ऐसा कुछ करके, like it doesn't make a lot of sense, हाँ, and it will straight up reject things like having a 2-page resume, things like having paragraph formatted resume, not using bullet points. Firstly, those are big red flags. ठीक है, तो avoid them at all cost. And जो formatting वाला aspect है, I will highly suggest कि just go through this drive link. उसमें you will get all the details which you need to be aware of for formatting. ठीक है, तो because right now you don't have those experiences, you don't have those skills. One thing which you can do, which you must do, is format your resume in the best manner possible. ठीक है, so that's one thing. Second, what I would suggest is I wouldn't preach tampering your resume, like tampering your resume in the sense ki faking it, what you have done, but just minutely switching the context might be helpful. For example, if you are reading a job description where it says ki you would be required to do working with APIs and stuff, okay, and in minutely as well, like if you would have done some of your projects which wouldn't be exactly related to using APIs, but you could mention that keyword somewhere, right? Like key executed a project which involved APIs and targeted keywords with 28%. Like those are just quantifiable metrics with a keyword. Okay, that just helps it stand out. Tailoring your resume according to the job description isn't wrong, and it isn't. If you are able to justify that in the interview, it is completely fine. Okay, and faking it there is to that degree is okay. Okay, और जहां तक बात है कि what you should write in your resume, I would say कि तुम्हारे पास बहुत कुछ है, ठीक है. Many people what they do is they underestimate what they have already done. ठीक है, it like even mentioning उसमें तुम जितना अपने बारे में बोलोगे, how it's like selling yourself, right? How you sell that matters. और तुम कुछ भी बोलो, unless you are able to justify it, it's helpful. ठीक है. ChatGPT is a big blessing here. Whatever you have done in your entire college life, if you feel it's not enough, you can include something which you have done in your school life as well. Just add that in ChatGPT ki मैंने these are something which I've worked on. Can you help me form some pointers to include in my resume? ठीक है. You will get directions where you can move towards. What you have to do is fill one page at any cost. ठीक है. Ideally, it should be filled with your college experiences itself. But if you feel if it's not enough, you can roll back the years and go back to your school life. ठीक है, कि school का थोड़ा सा इधर उधर mention कर दिया, because white spacing is another red flag. ठीक है, if a resume has a lot of white spaces से मेरा मतलब है कि खाली दिख रहा है resume, खाली है resume, कुछ भरा हुआ नहीं है, तो it again signifies कि ये बंदे के पास इतना भी कुछ इसने किया नहीं है कि ये तो एक पेज भी नहीं भर पा रहा है. ठीक है, तो that's again a big red flag. So right now, rather than wishing to stand out, you should try ki you avoid these red flags, because by avoiding these red flags you will automatically be standing out. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, just check out the career handbook and keep ChatGPT as your best friend while creating this. Okay, so that would be suggested.
Yes, I think that was like a really solid advice. This is something which I also keep on saying to them, that in the resume, just do everything good enough and you'll already go ahead than most of the people out there. Because I have personally
Yes.
received a lot of resumes when I was working. No proper formatting, spelling mistakes, numbers are here, some percent
Yeah.
are signed randomly. It looks so bad and
Yes.
people still use that. So just be
Yes.
decent enough.
Yes.
Also, I have
Def-
started to take mock interviews. So what I do is usually I teach them a topic like root cause analysis or whatever in the product space, and then we'll be
Yes.
taking mock interviews. On the call itself,
Perfect.
I'll take someone and the rest would be attending and they would be asking cross questions. I have also asked them to take each other's mock interview so that they not only see things from their perspective, but from the recruiter's
Yeah.
point of view as well, as to what exactly are they looking. So I
Definitely.
hope this
Like,
is
yes, yes, yes. Please go on. Please go on. Please
yeah,
go on.
I hope this is also helpful for them so that you said, no, don't be scared. It is not the end of the world. So when if they have practiced it 20 times already, and for the 22nd
Yeah.
time they're sitting, so it will be very easy for them.
Yes.
Like cup of coffee, conversation over a cup of coffee.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I heard a quote which would be relatable here. Nervousness is just a result of lack of practice. Okay. So I actually feel it is applicable here. So more you practice is like the more you will be comfortable. And also one thing to, as a byproduct of this statement, never feel ki you will not be nervous. Okay. It is natural. It is a lot of natural. Just think of this perspective ki if you're feeling this, if you're feeling nervous, the others in the others in line will also be feeling nervous. If you could just minutely improve yourself, if you could just minutely comfort yourself in that interview, you will already be ahead. Okay. Uh, Again, life is a race is a very complicated and cliched statement, but somewhere somehow we are practicing it. So this is all that you can do to get you ahead, right?
My question was very like not very relevant to the topic, but yeah, in the
Yeah.
starting of the video, you mentioned that when you made the first deck, it was already like the placements or the SI something like that. So I would
Huh.
like to know how did you like revamp your skills of making that deck the case.
Like the thing is, making a deck and revamping it is like I just designed it in a very bad manner. Okay. My like I through that like say let's look at the positives. Okay, that was the first time I used Figma. When I used that deck when I made for Flipkart, it got rejected straight away. But that was the first time I learned Figma. And after learning Figma, I have some sort of a design background in the sense कि I have worked as in the Department of Design and Development at NSS. Also filmmaking club में थोड़ा design हो जाता है, YouTube में भी थोड़ा design हो जाता है. So I know designing in that sense. So after I got rejected, as I said, I came across a LinkedIn post which had that deck which got shortlisted for Flipkart and rejected in the final interview round. But उसके बाद मुझे बस पता चल गया कि कैसे डिजाइन करते हैं एंड कहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए. They are not looking in product. They are not looking for your design skills. They are looking for how structured, how well formatted, or how well are you able to show those 8 or 9 pages. And more information doesn't matter. Depth of information matters there. So and again for decks I would say ki no one is going to read out those decks. Okay. No one at all is going to lay out the time to reach each and every sentence. Just like your resume, they are just going to skim through it. And that initial appearance कि तुमने कैसा डिजाइन किया है या तुमने कैसा फॉर्मेट किया है, that would matter a lot. ठीक है. तो again a suggestion would be कि Figma तो तुम मतलब accustomed हो ही जाना. That would be the best tool to make a deck in my opinion. Yeah.
Ayan, I just
So
wanted to ask, how much do
yeah.
you think LinkedIn presence matters in this field? I see a lot of people trying to break into PM who
Yeah.
post very regularly.
Yeah. Like I would say I am of this opinion कि social media presence is a one-to-many channel. Okay. Right now I'm talking to 10 of you. Okay. That's a one-to-many sort of thing. We are all talking, like, but it's a one-to-many channel, right? I can even talk to what's on a call, right? That's a one-to-one channel, right? But social media serves as a one-to-many channel in that sense कि you are able to make your voice hear to a lot of people. And when you have that thing, ki when your voice is heard by a lot more people, the probability of landing something which is valuable to you, it increases, right? Because the sample space increases right now. I can mail a particular person as well, informing कि ये मेरे product की learnings है वो सब. That would be a one-to-one channel. But I can even share my learnings on LinkedIn. I can even share my learnings through a video. Maybe someone figure sees that. Maybe someone views it and reaches out to me directly कि ये तो बहुत अच्छा लगा आपने बताया था तो कुछ आगे बात कर सकते हैं. तो the probability of unexpected returns gets a lot higher here, I would say.
Uh,
And it's just a notion make. हाँ, Arin, बोलो.
Beautifully put, Ayan. To that, the word
Hmm.
which I really love is scalability. Why tech companies are worth trillions, why the content creators earn crores, and why the people
Hmm.
who make digital products they succeed is because of one factor which is called as scalability. The thing is that the
Hmm.
marginal cost of reproducing another set is zero when it comes to digital products. It's extremely easy to get it replicated
Hmm.
and onto other devices. So by this, you can potentially reach unprecedented amounts of people if you have a good presence on LinkedIn or on YouTube. Even if you have, let's say, 1,000
Yes.
subscribers, just try to
Hmm.
imagine what 1,000 people listening to you would look like. It would be like you would borderline be like an MLA who is giving a speech in front of those people, and you have that power and that capability in the comfort and confines of your own house. So isn't that
Hmm.
wonderful in the times that we live in? So as we are coming towards the end, only 4 minutes left. So Ayan, the question we have all been waiting the most
Yeah.
for. What is it
Yeah.
like
What is
now
it in? I would
that you?
say it is a bit overwhelming in the sense ki it feels a lot different. Like preparing for product and actually working in product is a lot different. I would say right now my day goes like analyzing a lot of data. A mix panel is a tool which a lot of product managers use to analyze data. Uh, Form insights using those data and just draft directions where which problem to solve, talking to users on a call, visiting those users in person if it's possible. So it's a bit challenging in the sense कि I do not have it all structured कि ये तुम्हें ये करना है उसके बाद ये करना है उसके बाद ये करना है, and that's a good thing. I once read a line कि the more vague the instructions are, the more responsible you are. In the sense कि I would have एज अ स्टूडेंट राइट, ऐसे वी वुड हैव अ स्ट्रक्चर्ड प्लान की ये चैप्टर पढ़ो फिर ये चैप्टर पढ़ो फिर ये चैप्टर पढ़ो, एंड अगर तुम ये सब करोगे तो मार्क्स अच्छे आ जाएंगे. हाँ, एज अ वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल you just have a goal कि तुम्हें revenue बढ़ाना है. हाँ, it's a example of a goal. How you do it is completely up to you. But it's just a degree of responsibility which shifts कि in the vagueness of instructions. So right now it's a bit challenging, but I am really liking what I expected. It's like that. It's at the intersection of business, design, and tech. So it's good. I am still adapting, and this is a good phase of life. So enjoying Bangalore as well. So yes,
Yeah, none of the cities can compete with that cool weather.
yes,
Like just go
yes,
out
yes,
for a walk.
definitely,
So,
yes.
Ayan, I really appreciate that you took your valuable time and came to this today and talked to the mentees. I hope you
Like
also loved interacting with them.
yes,
And
yes. Like
if
I could go on for a lot of time. Like I actually don't have a problem to just sit in there and talk a lot. But
yes,
I thanks a lot everyone for being here and listening to what might have been like a lot of monotonous knowledge. But I hope that was valuable.
yes. The what more valuable is that the amount of the things that said which you already actually go out and apply. Like I just want you all to internalize these things and make a better resume. Reach out to more people. Take more follow-ups. Even
Hmm.
if you just follow these three things from this entire
Hmm.
1.5 hour
Yeah, yeah.
conversation, it would all be worth it. And I'm
Yes,
sure we will meet again someday. If you want, I can have you connected to him as well. He's always a
yes,
very
yes.
helpful senior. So thank you
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
for
Hmm.
joining and
Okay.
see you later.